What's going on, YouTube fish tank people? So I got a new tank again. It's a 10 gallon. I'm going to put those mollies in there. I'm going to get them out of that 5.5 gallon that I had them in because it's just too small and I plan on breeding them, and I want the fry to have a better chance of not being eaten by the adult mollies. So this is my new tank. I'm going to use a hang on the back filter for this. I have it on all my tanks. I'm going to eventually do a DIY canister filter, but for right now I'm just going to stick with this hang on the back because I've got several of them floating around. So today I'm going to set it up. I'm going to do a little bit of aquascaping, but I'm mainly going to focus on just building beneficial bacteria. I'm not going to worry about a mechanical filter. I've actually got the filter cartridge, I guess you'd say. I pulled the actual filter pad off of it, and I emptied out all the carbon. I rinsed it out because I'm not really worried there's not going to be any fish in here. And one issue I was having with trying to cycle tanks just using flake food, just sprinkling it in there, is the flake food all immediately goes in the filter and then blocks up the filter pad, and filters just, it doesn't work very well. So to avoid that, this is trial and error. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I crushed up a bunch of flake food really fine, and I put it in some pretty warm water in a little container, and I shook it up real good, and I let it sit for a while, and it kind of dissolved all the flakes. So now I'm not going to have that issue of the flakes getting caught in the filter pad and blocking its passage, but I'll still have all the food in there to break down and create the natural ammonia so the cycle can start. So I'm going to use pool filter sand again. I'm actually a pretty big fan of it, and I've got quite a bit of it left over. I've already rinsed it. I've got some rocks that I gathered from a creek out behind my house, and I've got some of this this filter sponge that I bought from Petco. I've got a little bit of it, a little piece right here. I've also got this little $1 bristle pad. I've seen a couple other YouTubers that will use stuff pretty similar to this. It's got a lot of surface area and pretty good flow of water. I'm just using, again, all this stuff, this is not to actually filter the water. I'm just trying to set up a good biological filter for this tank for now. And once it's set up, then I will replace this cartridge with an actual cartridge, and it'll be able to polish the water and take care of any kind of bioload that's in there. So I'm going to start by, I'm just got a little piece of this pad here that I ripped up, and I'm going to stuff it down in this tube to where it'll kind of polish the water before it hits the pad. I'm going to try it. A lot of this stuff I'm just kind of thinking up on my own. Oh, I've also got this, I've seen a lot of people use these bristle sponges, I guess. It's all plastic, lots of surface area to collect that good beneficial bacteria. I'm just trying stuff out here. If you guys see me doing anything wrong, leave a comment in the comment section below. Or if you guys think I could be doing something better, let me know, because I'm really new to this. I'm just trying to get into it. But so I've inserted a little pad in there. Set it on the tank, or set it in the filter. Put this empty. I'm going to fold this over. It's my first run at this, so bear with me. There we go. There, I like that. Alright, now there's plenty of surface area in there to build that good beneficial bacteria. Just gonna hang on back. Now I'm not gonna plug this in until we get the sand put in there. And again, I've already rinsed this sand, so it might be a little fast at first, but it's just gotta settle afterwards. And another mistake I was making with my with that big 40 gallon that I have was I put way too much sand in the bottom, and I'm having to, I mean, it seems like every couple days I'm having to stir that sand and just release all the gas pockets that could build up underneath the sand. And surprisingly, quite a bit of it will build up. Some grass in there from the bottom of that pail. I rinsed it all out outside. I set the container just straight on the ground. All right. And I don't know if I'm going to keep these rocks. These are just ones that I found, like I said, in the creek. I don't know that they all really go together, but I'll get them set up in there for now. If I don't like them, I'll pull them out later. Oh, another thing, I'm also going to add all those floating plants from that 5.5 gallon into this tank after this tank gets established. Put them over here. And yes, I've washed my hands. Everything's been cleaned and sterilized. I guess it really doesn't matter as of right now, because I'm not putting any fish in here yet. But I don't know, I'm going to have to play around with some of these rocks. I don't know that they go together very well. Alright, I'm going to add the food. Oh yeah, that's going to be a lot better. That's not going to clog my filter up at all. I'll let that sit for a little bit. Another thing I noticed, it was about the API quick start. I didn't like it at first. It seemed to not work at all. I'd add it, and whenever I'd first set up an aquarium, a week later I'd have a huge amount of ammonia in my aquarium. And one thing I noticed with it is it doesn't really do much for ammonia, but it does do a lot for nitrate and nitrites. Pretty well after your ammonia starts going down and you have a huge amount of nitrites and nitrates, I would add it. And I mean, within 24 hours, I have perfect water. So I don't know if that helps you guys, but it's something that I've noticed is it does work, just doesn't really do much at first. You kind of got to let the cycle at least begin for a week and then add it. And I mean, within 24 hours, your water's ready to add fish. So I'm going to try that again with this tank. Hopefully it'll work. There's a little piece of something in there. Okay, let's plug it in. And there it is. Hold this over here so you guys can get a better look at it. This is just a quick little 10-minute setup on a 10-gallon tank. If you guys have any comments, concerns, pointers, anything I could be doing different, please let me know. And I guess I'll keep you guys updated on everything.